In this video, we're going to talk about the power of attention, and we're going to look at why your attention is actually the key to control consciously your reality. Because if you are not able to consciously have control over where you put your attention, where you put your focus, you are going to continually create things based on unconsciously where you put your attention, where you put your focus on, or based on what life is grabbing and distracting you with. Because you have to understand that where you give your attention is where you give your energy, right? And your energy gives life to that thing, whatever that thing may be. And so today in our society, we are so distracted by everything around us, right? The world requires our attention for everything. There's notification going on your phone every single moment. On social media, there's something new every moment. The world around us is bombarding us with things that are trying to get our attention. And that's because it is designed this way. You see, attention is the new gold. That's why advertisement and all of those big companies are spending a lot of money to try to get your attention. That's why social media is engineered to try to just keep a bit more of your attention, because the longer they keep you on those platforms, the more money they make. And you have to understand that it's very similar for your life. If you want to be a conscious creator of your life, creating whatever it is that you want to create in your own life, you cannot succeed without mastering your attention, or without at least becoming so much more intentional about where do you give your energy, and start to give it in those areas, those things that brings you happiness, that makes you feel calm, confident, that makes you feel like better, but also energized and attract things in your life that are a reflection of what you want. So in this video, we're gonna look at how you can start to master your attention. And I'm gonna give you a simple tool that can really help you sharpen your focus and build that focus muscle, so to speak, so that you can gradually notice where your attention is so energized into and grab it back. You know, like taming a wild animal or taming a horse, that instead of going where you want to go is just running off wherever he wants to go. So you gotta be able to pull back on the reins and being like, yo, hold on a second, let's go this way. Yeah, and that's exactly what we want to do with our mind. Yeah, you have to realize that the mind right now has a habitual way of focusing on things. It's been trained, right? So if you are not consciously doing it, if you're not the CEO of your mind running your life, so to speak, the mind is just going to go wherever it usually goes. And so the first key here is to really start to notice, what do I focus on most of the time? What is the default mode of focusing my attention? Am I just going toward like drama or negative news, or just like random stuff on social media around me that spark my curiosity, or that give me a little bit of a rush, or whatever it is, right? Or am I a bit more intentional, or am I trying to have certain tools in my life or certain exercises in my life that intentionally focus my energy on something positive, like journaling gratitude, like doing visualization, affirmations, things of this nature. So you gotta notice first, where am I starting off? But even if you're already doing some of those exercises, you can always better your best. So you gotta ask yourself and really notice, when I'm not paying attention, meaning when I'm running on autopilot, where does my attention goes to? Yeah, if you follow some useless stuff on social media, notice how many hours or times or energy do you put into those activities. Because the content that you read, that you watch, that you listen to, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in daily life, whether it's in newspaper, doesn't matter, affect you. You know, that information goes straight into your subconscious mind. And so because you give so much attention there, it starts to change your thoughts, your perception, the way you feel, and over time, it has a radical effect on your life. Imagine you start watching the news, right? And you start seeing all that negativity and all those things, and it's constant and it's never ending. There's always something new and there's always a new drama. Sooner or later, and actually sooner than you think, it's going to start showing you that the world is a bad place, because that's what your attention has been giving you. So you've been focusing on pieces of news that are negative. Now you start to think this way, it starts to change the perception of the world, of people, it starts to make you mindful of a certain group of individual, you change your behaviors, you change your decisions. Before you know it, it's like a domino effect. So same thing if you start focusing on there's no money, there's no job, it's hard to make money, and you look at all that poverty and all that inflation, and you let your mind goes there. And so if you're focusing on all those things that are not working and the problems and the challenges and all the evil in the world, your perception of life, of yourself and of your goals and what's possible will be a direct reflection of where you've been putting your attention on the external world. And so the external world has been thinking for you, has been giving you what you think, has been feeding you narrative, stories, opinions, and so on. Now, we're not here to debate whether this is good or bad, which one is right or wrong. I don't care. It's you are free to give your attention to whatever you want, right? But notice, is it working for you? That's the only question that matters. If it's working for you, keep going. If it's not working, you know there's something somewhere that needs to be adjusted. Yeah. So notice, what is my outcome? What am I trying to create? Am I trying to lose weight? Am I trying to change my relationship with myself, be more confident, feel more at peace, more energized? Am I trying to be, wealthier? Am I trying to manifest a new job, a new relationship? Whatever is it, know your outcome. If you don't know where you're going, you're just going to drift through life. Okay, what Napoleon Hill called, you become a drifter. And this is when life just takes you wherever it wants. And by life, I mean society and all those narratives that are just made to grab your attention and take you wherever it wants you to go. So then you have to become intentional and withdraw your energy from those negative, disempowering places that are not fitting toward the idea of the life you want to create. And this can require discipline, willpower, and determination, because you're getting usually a little bit of a rush. If you're watching the news and dramas and negative videos or cat videos, you're getting some form of dopamine rush. We get addicted on those things, especially on social media. And this is today, if we're honest, a lot of our attention goes on social media and stupid reels and stupid stuff that we watch that have no real value, but that do affect our mind processes a lot. So notice and start taking back your energy. And so often the question that I get is that, how can I sharpen my focus? How can I, when I find myself focusing on all those negative thoughts, on my problems, or what's not working, or the things I want to create and it's not happening, how can I step out of that train of thought that is so energized, that I'm so in it, that I don't even know how to get out of it? And so in my personal life, the tools that have really helped me the most in terms of focusing my attention toward what I want and noticing and building that muscle is meditation. I've been meditating every day since 2018-19, and I rarely miss a day. It has just gave me the ability, reinforced that ability to detach, to just notice, okay, I'm in my thoughts again. I've been following the train of thoughts and I'm just so in it. And it gave me that ability to detach, to become the observer, and to let the thought go, to observe the emotion, to observe things, and to just reclaim that energy, to reclaim my focus, to reclaim my presence, even when I'm deep in my thoughts sometimes, and to just notice that, boom, I'm focusing on somewhere useless again, boom, I'm focusing on random stuff again, and to be able to come back and to then choose to be present. And then once you are there, you can choose to refocus yourself. And I think this is a tool that we all need, because our attention span right now is extremely low, right? It's even if you read a book or you do certain things, the mind gets boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, you forgot what you were doing in the first place. And fortunately, we are able to change that, right? But you have to be intentional. You gotta want it. You gotta notice the importance of focusing on what you want, focusing toward what you want to create, focusing on a solution, focusing on the good things, focusing on gratitude, focusing on the mental images that you're creating, focusing on visualizing the life that you want and recreating that, and no longer letting old memories, old dramas, old things take you back into the old victim consciousness, into the old self. So that discipline comes only when you master your attention. And to master that is not overnight. depending on where you are on your journey and how, you know, unconscious or unaware you may be, it might be even more of a challenge. But if you start just meditating 5 minutes a day, and you pick one of those apps that are free or many of them that are extremely cheap, it can really help you fast pick up that skill of meditation. And what you're gonna start noticing is how active your mind is and how often you focus, meaning your thoughts, your attention goes toward negative thoughts, weird stuff, and all this type of other crap and things that are polluting our mind. And so instead of just letting the mind take you there and take your energy there and intensify those things there, you'll start to be able to detach, to ground yourself, to let those thoughts go. And once you start to do that, what you have to realize is that this is when you are taking your energy away from those thoughts, from those memories, from those things wherever you've been giving your attention. So now you're giving your energy back, and so you have more energy to create something else. So meditation is a fantastic tool to help you become better at consciously focusing your attention. And then it's a matter of being intentional toward what do I want to focus on. Even on social media, even on YouTube, you can choose to watch this kind of video or the form of educational, motivational, beautiful videos. There's so much amazing content or podcasts that you can listen to or that you can see on social media that really gives some form of value to your life. So there is so much possibility that we have, but you gotta be more intentional, especially in your thoughts, in the mental pictures that you have in your mind, in the way you speak, in who you entertain, what conversation you entertain, what kind of people you have in your life. You gotta be very intentional, because you have to notice that, am I gonna give more energy toward those things in my life, or I'm gonna take that energy away and give it somewhere else? You cannot create more wealth if you focus only on poverty and lack. You cannot focus more love if you focus only on lack as well. You cannot focus on the absence of anything and create the opposite. And that's why focusing on what you want and mastering your attention is so important in becoming a conscious creator of your reality. And so I hope this makes sense, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I strongly invite you to try meditation. I strongly invite you to start becoming aware of where you unconsciously give your attention to, and ask yourself, is it working? What is this creating in my life? And do I want more of that? Be well. Let me know what you think in the comments. I always make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Be well.